Israeli civilian would be killed, if one Israeli civilian would be killed by the rockets of IRGC, or one soldier, one American soldier would be killed by IRGC, however, they are not capable to kill even one American soldier. They are empty drums. If one civilian Iranian, one civilian Israeli, or an American soldier would be killed by IRGC, the access and the plan of avenge will be activated for the criminal leader in 21 days. The plan of revenge is something utter, sure, and near in 21 days, but the plan of avenge will be activated. And this, in address to Vendetta, count on the wisdom of Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth is a true believer of Jesus. Look at C-SPAN, how he prays in the presence of Donald Trump toward Jesus. Pete Hegseth is a very true believer of Jesus. And when you raise a discussion, raise a narrative, think about that, and know that this is the matter of ideology, the distorted ideology of Islam. And they are believers of distorted Shiism, which is remained from Safaviya. Safaviya is the enemy, and Islamic Republic is the enemy of Prophet Muhammad and all religions, all Abrahamic religions, because they believe that everything has gone, all the messengers has gone for the governance of the first Imam of Shias, and Prophet Muhammad, who was the son of Hashem, who was the son of Moses, who was the son of Ibrahim, was a decor, and all things is for the governance of Ali bin Abi Talib, first Imam of Shias. However, first Imam of Shias is a follower of Prophet Muhammad. And this distorted religion, these non-authentic believers and not original believers of Islam, which was previously Sunnis, by the attack of Second Caliphate of Islam, and I must declare that if one civilian Iranian, one civilian Israeli, or one American soldier would be killed by IRGC, the pro-planned, not pre-planned, the revenge and the arrest of the criminal leader is something utter by Pete Hegseth and his squad. If one civilian, Iranian or Israeli or one American soldier would be killed by IRGC, the avenge plan will be activated for criminal supreme leader of Iran.
We'll see if it happens. We'll see if it happens. Thank you, Murad. Folks, we're here Monday through Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. New York time. So till 5 p.m. New York time tomorrow for the next edition of the Critical Thinking Forum. Everybody be safe, be well, and peace out.
would anyone have a problem with my ministry? So I was answering the question.
Marrying me with like
Yo, come on, how old
this archetype.
Yeah, Samoa is a grandpa, bro.
Yeah, Samoa trying to he trying to get the zaddy stage, man. Pause.
Yeah.
You didn't know you was a granddad, bro?
If you're looking at
Yo, my bad, guys. My bad, man.
Samoa's kid is Samoa's oldest kid is the same age as Sonny.
Hey, why y'all trying to like anchor me to the stone and throw it into the water, bro?
Exactly.
You're all denying your elderly status.
Hey, you guys just created like a whole new fallacy right now.
Yo, who's winning?
I don't know, man. Honestly, I kind of paid attention to it. I don't know.
Yes,
Who you got?
This is kind of weird. So
I go Finley on that.
So let me ask you, so Henry, why were there hair follicles found on both the victim and the central follicles? Yes, on both the victim and the central part 5. Just like if you had to guess, and why was
the strength isn't the strength for that.
It's just if you had to guess, why was
Alexa,
that?
call 911.
Oh my God! If you had to guess, why was that? What do you call it? Discussed, and also why was there the stolen? What was it called? The Walkman. The stolen Walkman also on their personnel.
What, as in, the victim, the rape victim, had her Walkman stolen, and they found it on the boys.
Yeah, correct.
I'm back. I heard y'all talking shit while I left. What's happening?
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
I'll answer your question conditionally. It seems like evidence of guilt. However, just to go back, I'm going to wait for the other side to argue about whether or not that's true.
I'm saying hypothetically,
It's evidence that they're guilty. It seems like
let's assume
They don't know the case and they're just a shortcut.
let's assume all that's a lie. Now, let's leave that and let's go into a different hypothetical. Assume all those were true. Okay, assume all those statements are true.
Yeah.
Why do you think that would be the case? In my hypothetical.
Because they mugged her, innit?
But I thought the Walkman was never recovered.
Yes, correct.
It wasn't. It don't have to be. It wasn't recovered.
Yeah, so how do we...
Because knowledge needs to lie to make this side of the story work.
I said
well, think about it. It's knowledge pertaining to the incident that only the people involved would know. So you don't have to recover Walkman. They're not trying to charge them for fucking theft.
No, what I'm saying... No, they're trying to connect them to, like, the Walkman saying that only the Central Park 5 had it, right? So, like, how... It was never, like, how can you blame...
So
No, this is
person one says, I had my Walkman stolen.
Yeah, but how does that relate to the Central Park 5?
I was trying to explain it to you.
And then we find out there's a group, and then we find out there's some kids who have like 20.
And there was another 9 month that got his
being
stolen.
hyperbolic. There you go. That's the first one. That's the first hit down. Anyways, and then we find out there's a group of kids who are freaking stealing Walkmans. So yeah, I don't think it's irrational to think, okay.
No, but she's asking, how do you know they had a Walkman?
There's a group of kids that are
But it doesn't make any sense. Like,
so there's a group of kids stealing Walkman. There's a woman saying, I have my Walkman stolen. I don't think it's irrational to say, maybe.
So how do we know they're stealing Walkmans?
I'm about to tell you. It's in the case. It's in the case.
I'm saying it's not irrational to say there's a group of kids stealing Walkman in a specific area, and there's a woman in this specific area saying that I have my Walkman stolen.
Right.
I don't think it's irrational.
No, but why do you think they were stealing?
And it's funny, they think Trump is more capable for all the shit that's in Epstein, but this is not. This wouldn't make sense.
There's so many different threats. Can we focus on knowledge? She asked, how do we connect the Walkman to the kids?
So yeah, I'm gonna explain to you. So here we go. Right here, I'm gonna tell you. I got you. I'm gonna answer. Yeah. So when Watts was questioned, he was to a man named Rudy who took the jobless Walkman. The description of the jobless Walkman pouch was similar to Ray's description of a fanny pack. So yes, that's how.
Okay,
so Corey Watts made reference.
Again, how does
please. Think about it. Why would they tell him to say that? Why? How they relevant?
Alright, but let me
No, you gotta think about this.
It seems like you're being defensive, and that's.
I'm not. I want you to think because I need you to think right now. I'm not being defensive. I promise you I'm not. I'm not, because I want you to think about what I'm saying. I want you. Go ahead, but I want you to. I hope you address what I'm saying because it's very important.
No, but you immediately heard me say coerced interview, and you immediately gone into defense mode. I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, because the way you put it, but it's fine. But I want you to understand that. So go ahead, ask a question.
Okay, I'm saying there's no physical Walkman found on any of these kids.
Correct.
Okay. And this is in the same interview where they've literally admitted raping the woman.
Correct.
Okay. They've gone back later and said, we didn't actually rape the woman. They made us say that.
Right.
So the only connection we have to the Walkman is in that same interview. They also said, oh yeah, we stole her Walkman and raped her.
No. Not only that, no. Keep in mind, they said Rudy stole the Walkman. Rudy was not caught dead. Okay? So years later, when Mateus Reyes, who was known as Rudy, when he was interviewed, he said he took a Walkman. This directly ties him in. If somebody stole a Walkman, this is the guy, that means he was there.
Yeah, but he was a rapist. He's a rapist.
No, we got it. No, we got it. That ain't the point. You know he's rapist. Hold on, stop that. Hold on, AJ, you crazy doesn't make sense.
No, I'm not crazy.
Listen, if he said I stole the Walkman, and they said this guy stole the Walkman, that means he was there.
Yeah, but hold on. Is he the actual friend?
He's a friend of one of the boys. He's a friend of Steve Lopez.
Scenario one, you guys.
And then
What are y'all doing now? Well, y'all are stretching like a motherfucker.
I want to understand one thing. She reported.
Relevant. Scenario two. There you go. Someone confessed to the Walkman.
All right. Did she report it?
No, stop. No, what you think? No. I got this, Kevin. She didn't get you knocked the fuck out. So this is not come from her. Listen. Yes, I'm very glad. Listen, I know this shit. This is my shit. That's why I'm so bogged out by you motherfuckers doing all this extra shit. This is my shit. I know this shit. So keep in mind, she was knocked the fuck out. She was in a coma for 12 days. So she didn't tell the cops shit. Which means there's no way they can volunteer this information to him. The only two people supposedly, according to the narrative, would know this would be her and Mateus Reyes, who did not speak to the police. No, stop. Let me finish. I know what everything here. Let me finish. Oh, so you do understand. You get it.
No, I understand. You're saying, look,
that's nail in the coffin, though. That's nail in the coffin, though.
No, I think exactly what you think. You're saying, look, she gets raped, she's unconscious for 12 days. Within that 12 days, they managed to secure the confessions from all of those kids. She doesn't report during those 12 days because she's unconscious the fact that she's lost the Walkman. However, in the confession, they include the fact that Rudy went off with a Walkman. And there's no way the police could have even known to work that information out of them.
Yes!
Yeah, I see your point.
Yeah, but Free, you're leaving something out on purpose, Free.
Oh, God, go ahead.
Well, Free, he's leaving something out on purpose.
I am what he is.
I just want to say everything.
Free is leaving something out on purpose. Not on purpose. Yes, you are.
No, by the way, too, nobody else walked around with stolen too, by the way, so just so you know, because that's what you're going to say. So that's not true.
Wait. So you know about the other muggings, and now you're going to claim there wasn't another Walkman stolen?
Correct, yes, but it was reported, yes. So yes, I said, because the people who survived was reported. Yes, the other people survived, they was conscious. They didn't report their Walkman being stolen. So yes, exactly, nailed in the coffin.
You have said there was other muggings when there was another...
There was, but not for Walkman, yes, but not for Walkman. That's why I stood out. And I did mention that earlier. Go ahead,
I want to give congrats words to
Thank you, sir.
We've had this argument in this room for so many times. You actually did an amazing still, man. Like, not even trolling, yo.
Yes, he did. He did a phenomenal job. I got to give it credit. Yeah, let me give him
This
a round of
argument has
applause.
been strong, man, throughout, man, over a year, 2, 3. Yo, you did a good job.
Yeah, you did.
This is their way of saying you're right, by the way. Instead of just saying you're right, they're going to go, you did an amazing job.
No, he made sense of the argument opposed to everybody else who's trying to argue shit for the sake of it. He came from an unbiased perspective. Yeah, he represented properly. I give him credit for it.
I'm not saying it's true.
I know, of course, but at least you got it.
Yeah, but right now, everything turns on when it was reported, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, and which is a key factor. Alright, so think about it. If the police had no knowledge, think about it. If the police had no knowledge of Walkman, by any means, by the lady who got attacked and the so-called perpetrator, which is Mateus Reyes.
Well, they didn't have the knowledge. You gather forensics evidence. That's what Mr. Vinny and I were saying earlier.
No, stop, agent. They wouldn't know about. How would they know about the Walkman? Agent, stop, agent. See, keep doing this shit. Agent, how would they know about the Walkman? Agent, how would they know about the Walkman? Answer that question.
Why wouldn't they know about a Walkman? Why wouldn't they know about what she had on?
That's what I'm saying. How would they know about it? How would they know that she had a Walkman in the fanny pack? No, listen, agent, you're about to do something dishonest.
Stop
listen,
interrupting her. Why do you interrupt her all the time?
No,
Jesus.
shut up, stop. We're having a conversation.
No. You fucking have interrupted her 4 times now.
No, shut up, man. No, fuck off.
Stop cutting her off. Let her speak what you want to speak. Why can't women fucking speak here? What's wrong with you?
She can speak for herself, bro. Agent, let me ask you something. I want you to answer that question directly, please. How would they know about this? Why would they implicate that particular item, the Walkman and fanny pack? Because these are key points of evidence. Like right now, think about it.
They were never utilized as key evidence because they never recovered them. So
it wasn't relevant.
Never a point of evidence.
But that's not the question. You're not understanding the question.
It was never a point.
I agree, and I never said that.
So
I didn't say that.
Why is it constantly being brought up?
Because you're not paying attention. So understand. Think about it. No, you're not. All right. So all right. Listen. I'm telling you why. All right. I'm telling you. Listen. I'm telling you why. I'm gonna tell you why it's relevant. You may not still get it. Don't think you want to. My claim is that Mateus Reyes was there with them. Okay. What supports that claim is there was some things that happened that's exclusive to the people that was involved. Stuff that he wouldn't know if he wasn't involved, and vice versa, they wouldn't know if they wasn't involved. So for the fact they have common aspects of what happened at that scene, that means they both knew what the fuck happened. They had to be there. That's what that is, in a nutshell. They had to know, they're talking about exclusive information that they was both privy to. So therefore, they was there together at some point in time. That's what that means. I don't know how you don't get that.
But you're going to trust the memory of a woman who was unconscious for 12
No, you ain't listening. She didn't even say it. The lady didn't say it.
No, what I'm saying, you said that this was privy to 2 individuals, correct?
Yes. No. Listen. Let me help you out. Let me clear it up for you. I'm talking about Corey Wise and Mateus Reyes. They both said it. I'm not talking about the woman. The woman was knocked out. Okay, so she don't even remember what happened. But Corey said he took the Walkman. Mateus Reyes said he took the Walkman. So therefore, these two people are agreeing on the same premise of the same incident. That put them two together.
So what? What if there wasn't a Walkman? This is what I'm saying. It was something.
Do you see what she's doing?
This is insane. It doesn't make any sense because it was items.
Why would they bring it up again?
And we already know those kids told various stories to the police.
Yes, but keep in mind,
right?
This is one of the things that when somebody needs something,
none of their stories match up. So you keep harping on this Walkman.
That's not the point, agent. And I understand I'm not going to issue because you don't want to. Just think about this. No, Jesus. No, listen. Who cares if it existed or not? Because they agree to the same thing. These are specific details. A Walkman and a fanny pack. Okay, those are specific details to an individual that's a victim. And if you wasn't involved, you wouldn't be able to know that fucking detail. But they knew that specific detail because they were involved.
But that detail may have never existed because it was never recovered.
Yes, they both guessed the right thing. Yeah, they both guessed something that never happened. That's insane. That's amazing.
After 12 days, she confirmed that she had lost it, right?
Yeah, she did. Because keep in mind, she had a routine pattern how she did it. So she went out at a certain time and she did the same shit every night. So around 9 o'clock, she would go out for a jog with her fanny pack on and her fucking Walkman. And she put her keys in her fanny pack. So when she got knocked the fuck out and beat the fuck up, they took that from her. And Rudy specifically took the Walkman. So yeah, so when she would confirm that, she was like, yeah, this is my normal routine. I had that on me. And of course, when they recovered everything, I didn't have that. That was no longer there. So it clearly took the loss in the park. And when they did the whole crime scene at the park, they didn't recover it. So somebody had it. And Mateus Reyes said, yeah, I had it.
Can I get in there real quick? I mean,
okay.
Can I ask one last question?
Yeah, well, I'll let you go ahead.
Okay, and then in terms of like the actual evidence, right? Like, the Armstrong report comes out when?
Armstrong report came out in 2002. This is when Mateus Reyes came out. So keep in mind.
Yeah, wait, just.
Sure. I'll walk with you. Go ahead. I'll walk with you. I'm trying to just run with you. Yeah, go ahead.
Precise thing. So, the Armstrong report are the suspect things, right? So, for instance, them talking about this kid with the Walkman and blah, 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 blah.
Whoever moved me down, you're a fucking faggot. I don't know why I got moved down for making one comment. Fuck you.
Do we find that out in 03?
Mama Lamb.
In 03, we find out that in 1989, this one kid said Rudy stole the Walkman.
So
in 1989, we don't know that, right? Like we don't have evidence.
Right? Yeah.
They put 2003 evidence about 1989.
Right, because keep in mind, Mateus Reyes was not implicated into this particular rape until when he came out and admitted to it. So keep in mind,
though is forget Rudy, forget the name Rudy.
Yeah.
Do we in 1989?
So I'm saying yes, correct. So it was known, it was on record, but it was never applied to anything of substance. So it was just like a mentioning, right? So it was on the record back then, but it never of any substance till now, to when it came out.
How do we know that?
Because so again, earlier I posted in the chat that this was one of the posts, and like I said, I'm reading the Armstrong report now. This was
first trial.
The first trial was in 1990.
So in 1990, did they bring up the fact in that trial that
No, because it wasn't relevant. No, they didn't give a shit about the woman being stolen. They gave a shit about her almost died and attempted murder.
Presumably, no,
it was never relevant.
No, this is what I'm saying. The testimony would be entered into all the court records, right?
Correct. Yes. Yeah. So that was entered in the records. Yeah.
Without referencing the Armstrong report, can we find out if these kids said that in 1989?
Yes. It's a police report. He actually documented. He wrote it down. I mean, this is before I passed it phone, so it's written.
Wait, who wrote it down? The police officer.
Yeah, police officer. Yeah, he said it to police officer.
Independently of the because you understand the problem is
I get you. Yes.
We think is biased now because we think he's trying to exonerate, he's trying to absolve these police of any coercion.
At this point,
we want to that's like compromised evidence. We put that to one side. Can we just go and find out? Because I actually do think that's good evidence. That is good evidence that they were at the scene.
Yeah. So to answer your question, absolutely, yes. Go look for it. I beg you to. Don't believe shit I say. Just go look for it. Go look for it.
Here's what I think is kind of relevant, right? So the police never recovered a Walkman on any of the accused dudes, right? They never did. As you can see,
because Mateus got away with the crime. Right?
Yeah, but I would say there's never a point of contention.
I think the one who had the Walkman and he never got caught.
As you're weighing out I think you're gonna have way more problems. I'm listening to both stories. I'm looking this shit up, bro, and it's like there are more holes in your theory.
My theory?
Like if we just Occam's razor it, bro. If we just use Occam's razor.
Yes. I
don't know. To explain how they all committed a crime but describe it differently. None of
that's very easy. That's a shame.
Just allow me to come on.
I'm sorry about that, bro. You guys, you're right.
It's good. I'm just saying you have to answer for the fact that their confessions are not in concert with one another. There's evidence of them, that DNA physically links them to it, right? And then the fact that you're leaning on this report, when I looked it up, it's not considered credible by the Manhattan DA. Right, so the Manhattan DA does not consider.
Yeah, but
because the police department hired dude. That's why.
Can I research you really quick?
No, the police department did not hire him. That's a lie, man. You
Wait, bro. Wait. They didn't hire.
Stop doing that. Hold on. What made you say that, bro? What made you say that?
The police department didn't hire. The police union didn't hire this guy.
No, they didn't. So why did you say that? No, stop. I'm sick of him lying and think he knows shit and I don't know shit. Where did you get that from, bro?
Free, was it? It says, this is what it said. When I looked, I'll show you if I'm honest, right? And it said, the underlying source is murky unless you see it yourself. The most important question is, was the Walkman pouch detail captured in a timestamp contemporaneous record before police could have learned it elsewhere? The report asserts that, but it doesn't produce any original, the original document in full for the reader to verify. This is speaking about the
the police report.
See that thing that came out now? It's saying that doesn't exist.
Jesus Christ. It's saying the Armstrong report doesn't exist?
It's saying that the evidence we have, it captured that specific detail from the kids. That is included in the Armstrong report, but that the Armstrong report doesn't produce the actual source, the timestamp in this interview at this time is when the kids said it to verify. That doesn't exist to verify.
So, you're just saying the timestamp doesn't exist. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't say it doesn't happen.
What I'm saying is the weight of that
this is
inextricably tied to the weight of the Armstrong report. As in, if you think the Armstrong report's compromised, that piece of evidence is compromised too, unless you have independent verification.
So who hired this guy?
It was actually the New York Police Commissioner Raymond Kelly.
Wait, no. Who hired this guy? Free? You said I was a liar.
It was Michael Bloomberg that got this going.
No.
It was the freaking police commissioner. Like I said, it's the freaking police department. They hired him. That's exactly what I said. You called me a liar.
Not Michael Bloomberg. It was Raymond Kelly.
No, stop.
That's how investigations work with the police department. It goes to the police commissioner.
Oh, jeez. So what y'all trying to say? The police department hired people to say that
Yes,
they
they
didn't
do.
do anything that was
Internal
coercion?
investigations.
They do all the time.
So here's watch this. Okay, that's cool. You are right. Look, watch this. So tell me this. Tell me this.
You can.
What cops? Show me the cops. Not the claims. What cops did the coercion, threats, and all this other shit? Who's the people that's doing stuff? Give me those names, please. Oh, quickest. Well, to be fair, I'll give you some time because you probably want to prepare for that. So take your time and give me some of the names. Yeah, no, you can look it up. Sure, I gave you a shitload of names. I got more. But give me some names of these people that's forcing these kids to say stuff. I'm very curious because y'all know these cases. Okay, so wow. So if kids were coerced by cops,
So because we don't know the names, that means what?
No, I'm saying it's less likely to happen, right? Because
I don't know the names, it's less likely to happen. I can't say. I can't say the starting quarterback. I can't say the starting quarterback.
I'm gonna explain it to you.
In Super Bowl II, that don't mean it didn't happen.
Gotcha. I'm explaining to you. I'm saying the reason why it probably didn't happen because you have to tie a story up into that name. You have a crime happening essentially to where these kids were being forced to do something. And then you have a person committing that crime, that wrong, that tort, whatever you want to call it. And you have to correlate how they did it, when they did it, who did it to them, etc. So I'm saying is you can't even give me that, then I don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
I mean, you can
So
talk
you
about
said
Michael Sheehan. He was one of the detectives on the.
Okay, so yeah, well, I know a few of them. So what did he do? What did like she had to?
He was one of the interrogators on the case.
No, I got it.
He was one of them who was accused of coercion. There was another detective that had.
Let's get it real quickly. What did he do?
There was another detective that I named earlier. Let me find it in the chat. And they had also Detective Thomas McKenna. He falsely told Salon fingerprints had been found on the victim's clothing.
Yeah, that's not coercion. That's something wrong about that.
That is coercion. That's a lie. What the hell? So lying about evidence is not coercion.
I don't believe shit you say about you having credentials.
Oh my God.
You should know. Hold on. Let me ask you something. What type of law did you practice?
Family primarily and criminal. Because everybody knows.
Oh, criminal. Good. Okay, great. So you're telling me in criminal that a cop can't lie to you?
Yes, they can lie to you. That's coercion.
Thank you.
That's not coercion.
It's not coercion. No, stop. How you gonna say they can't lie to you, but it's coercion? You can't coerce something.
Yes.
So no, that's a good condition. You cannot do that. That's illegal, bro. You can't do that. You cannot coerce a false statement of a witness.
If I lie to you, right, to get you to tell me something, you did it on your own. I'm not arguing the legality.
Okay, my bad. Go
I
ahead.
know it's legal. I said it was legal earlier.
But it's not coercion, right? How is it coercion?
It is
No,
coercion.
it's not. That's not coercion, dog. That's stupid as fuck. Billy, if I said right now, I got a video of you sucking dick, right? Listen.
Ain't no point.
Fine. No, you're right.
They did it on their own free will. Wait. No, let me say this. You're right, free. They were gonna tell them. You're right, free. They were gonna tell.
Hey man, when you were 12, you raped a little girl. I'm like, no, I did.
They were gonna admit to this on their own free. They were gonna admit to this on their own free will. That's why the police did it. They were gonna admit this on their own free will. That's why the police unnecessarily lied to them. Yeah, that makes sense.
No, they lied to them to get them recorded from telling the truth. That's
Why? You're gonna tell anyway.
Stop, bullshit. No, stop. This is bullshit. I know goddamn well y'all done it to y'all kids when y'all ask them something and they lie about it and say, I got the camera on or so-and-so told me. And you don't lie to them and they'll say it's the truth. They're like, okay, I was in the kitchen. It just, come on, man. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all are reaching.
Can we not do?
This doesn't make sense, bro.
I wanna. You guys, I felt like you thought this was a smoking gun. I went and double checked. I said, does evidence of the Walkman confession exist independently of the Armstrong report? And then this is the response to it. It says, from what publicly available, there isn't been independent primary source evidence that a defendant confessed or stated anything about the jogger's Walkman during interrogation. The DA's 2002 filing, Nancy Ryan affirmation, explicitly says none of the defendants mentioned the jogger's Walkman. Public transcripts of the videotaped wise statements that circulate online do not show Walkman being mentioned. And then the last thing says, a widely cited academic law review article summarizing the case, Davies 2006, also repeats that none of the boys mentioned the Walkman, contrasting with with Reyes mentioning it. So the question is there evidence outside Armstrong that Wise mentioned the jogger's Walkman, not in the commonly accessibles?
Yeah, let me help you out real quickly, Timothy. And I want you and Alexander, Alejandro.
You asked me to go and look, and I went and looked.
No, I got you. I'm about to actually look for one more thing, and I promise you I want you to look for nothing else, because this is probably the biggest thing you can look for. And this for all y'all, everybody who gives a fuck about this case. Try your best to find any original scripts from the original trial. That'll be your challenge. The reason why, because what you're looking at from all the ChatGPTs, they're only referring to the shit after the case. That shit is not online, so they can't use it as a source to refer to. They're not referring to the original cases.
The case dockets are not supposed to change. The case dockets are supposed to be available.
So again, it's not online.
Hold on.
It's not online. They're not pulling from it. That's my point. They're not pulling from that. They're not pulling from it. I don't care what you're saying. They're not pulling from it.
State court case lookup. The dockets are supposed to be readily available if you look them up.
But they're not. But they're not.
They
That's
are.
my point. Okay, pull it up there. Pull up the original case. Try it. Try it. Let's do it.
You don't need to make it so empirical, because look, here's a simple point, which is the strength of that piece of evidence is equal to or less than the strength of the Armstrong report. That's unfortunately the evidential or evidentiary position you're in right now.
So let me ask you something.
No, I'm saying what you don't have. Remember, when I asked you the question, you were confident. You said, "All right, just go look for it." Okay. In the absence of that, all you really have it's almost as if this is the equivalent. It's the equivalent of the strength of that is equal to or less than the strength of Armstrong's testimony himself. As in Armstrong telling you there's a smoking gun is what you have to hang your hat on now. Because you can't just say, oh, these kids said it. Because in the way we're meant to determine whether or not people say these kinds of things, i.e. finding the primary source material, horse's mouth, recorded confession, blah, 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 multiple lines of testimony, blah, blah, blah. We don't. We have someone who's compiled a report, who's claiming this happened, and we have corroborating evidence to support it.
Not true at all. So,
the problem with the officer is these are the ones who stand accused of coercing the children. So obviously it's going to be very difficult. They're going to have compromised testimony as well. So what I'm saying is like the evidence. The rationale makes sense. I understand what you're trying to say, but the strength of it ultimately is just equal.
Right. So at this point, given what the technology we have in limits, of course, like I said, the DNA testing was introduced in 1987 in New York. It was in America in 1986, and then they started using it in 97. This case happened in 87. This case happened in 89. I say that to say because, like a lot of places, they were very faulty with dealing with DNA, and that's why some of the stuff came up inconclusive. But I'm saying to set up a premise that I'm curious to. I would say Timothy. I no offense to you, Agent. I don't think there's nothing I can say to convince you otherwise. I don't think if the boys came out today and said, "Yeah, we actually did that shit. We sorry," and they're grown ass men now. I still don't think that convince you. With what's your name? Finley. I think it's more the same. Not probably as extreme as Agent, but with you, Timothy, I want to ask you, what would convince you that these boys actually did the crime? They was part of the crime that happened. What would convince you at this point? I'm just curious.
I don't know. I just have to look at the case and I'd have to see. I mean, it wouldn't take like a
Yeah,
lot.
but I'm saying what particularly would you?
Based on what I read so far, I think they likely did it based on what.
Oh, well, I mean, even you push it back, you still kind of agree. I mean, not that I have to. By the way, too, I'm not one of these people that need anyone to agree with me. I'm pretty confident in my shit. When I say this sincerely, I mean it sincerely, which is ironic because you started off earlier, they said I was bad faith or something like that. Dishonest, that's the word. I'm open to change my mind. I'm always am. But right now, when I look at the abundance of evidence stacked up against these boys, I can't realize that.
What are you talking about? Like, you're talking about a report that the NYT commissioned in the face of accusations of coercion. Okay, right. Number one. So, we should definitely be very skeptical about the veracity of that report. Okay, so now we can follow independent lines of inquiries, namely all the physical evidence, the forensic evidence. Okay, it seems like none of that supports the case.
Right. So I'm going to give you my summary. Go ahead. I'll let you finish. I'll give you my summary. What it is for me.
No, sorry, I don't know enough actually. I was going to go on some like confident tirade rant.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're right though. All this stuff can be flimsy, right? But like I said, the abundance of evidence. The same thing with our beliefs as atheists. Like we could be flawed. We have flawed reasoning, or we could be so confident when we believe and still be wrong because we just go off the weight of evidence, right? I said to say you got the boys at Bishops. You got supporting witnesses, which is the other boys that we don't fucking talk about that I try to mention, which everybody tend to ignore because, like I said, it wasn't just those 5 boys.
None of them testified in court.
Jesus Christ, they did. That is a lie, bro.
You don't know the case. You don't know the case. You making up stuff. stop.
Man, just
Wait,
stop.
wait, wait,
Just
wait.
stop, bro.
Is it
Just
all
stop.
from the, is it all
Jesus
from the report?
Christ.
Is it all from the report? Do you have independent evidence they testified in court? Because this will just provide that, and then you can shut Finley up. Or is it all from the report saying that they testified?
Keep in mind, like I said, the court case is not there, but you can look up their names. I'll give you some names if you want to see they testify in court. You can go ahead and look that up.
No, but wait. Be clear here, yeah. I really need honesty here. Is a lot of the evidence you're going to appeal to now just from this report? No, you came back into the situation. I posted other things. I posted judge's summary, the summary judgment summary from the original Judge Gilligan, who actually. Have you seen any evidence that some of these kids report? He said he don't care about it. He said it's not credible. He don't give a fuck.
That's not what Finley said.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Trini. Go ahead. I don't want to misrepresent you. What you said, bro?
I'm saying the evidence, the primary evidence that convicted these boys were their confessions. I assert, and the evidence
say that part again.
Let me finish. The primary evidence that convicted these boys was their confession. I assert, and the evidence confirms or backs me up that they were coerced.
Right? You haven't provided any evidence for that. That's what I want to, by the way.
Let me finish. Okay. There was not enough, if any, physical evidence linking them to this crime. I stand on that. Now, if there were physical evidence, like DNA evidence, for example, right, that links them to the crime, I'd have a different opinion. This is why, in a different case, I believe OJ was guilty as hell, even though he was freaking found not guilty.
Okay, cool. Oh boy, Jesus Christ. All right, so I'll just say this, man, because this is fucking driven me up a wall. So, fuck Cupcake for this. He started firing Iran. I know he was trying to do the shit, but it's whatever. The boys on admissions, of course. Like I said, all the other witnesses, additional witnesses that was tied up to the boys from the trial. The fact they had semen and hair on their bodies from the other victims, because, like I said, for them to rampage to the party. Hold on, stop. Jesus Christ, man. I understand you don't believe it, so stop doing that. I get it. You don't believe me, I don't believe you. So please stop. It is unnecessary to just say, I don't agree with you. I understand you don't agree.
That's a woman, bro.
Fair enough. See, I'm not being sexist. It's all good. All right, so let me get back to it. So the DNA evidence, the other witnesses that was on their side that supposedly defended them, like I said, Melody Jackson, Antoine Shabazz, Shabazz Heath, and Ronald Williams. I forgot his name. That's his name, Ronaldo Williams. He was another person that was witness. I said blood and hair on the boys to implicate themselves. The impossibility, and I say this with extreme confidence, the impossibility that not only the cops coerced them on camera, but they also came up with a story for these boys to rehearse within 48 hours, which is fucking insane. 30 plus boys rehearsing a script that the cops gave them, insane. And they was able to identify each other and talk about it in specific detail without having to do reshoots and edits and all this shit. That's fucking amazing. The boys going through parole hearings, 2 in the 90s, I think in 94, 96 for Kevin Richardson. Real
quick. Look down about. The city set up a website specifically for this case with the information we're looking for. I just put the link in the chat.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it. So, with all these things, it's just pretty abundant that these boys, and then of course, time Mateus and his story not cooperating. You say he was a healthy guy. No, he wasn't. Like I said, you don't know his medical history. His medical history was Mateus had his back and neck fused. He was not athletic at all based on his fucking injury. So he was very stocky in the way he would get women. He would ambush them in close quarters because he wasn't really that physically fit to chase down somebody, specifically a woman of her caliber. She was really, 29 years old, in great shape. She ran fucking marathons. He was not going to chase his woman down running zigzag. That made no fucking sense. And if he was to do that in any capacity, him trying to rape her and rob her was not conducive with the idea that this woman was down and stuffed in the mud pile, bloody and beaten. This was by the medical doctor's statement that this woman, you can look this up too, they said, hey, couldn't have been one perpetrator. Like, it was impossible for one perpetrator.
She's a woman at the end of the day. Any man, let's be real.
Yeah, but if his goal is to rape her, he's not going to do all the extra crazy shit.
Didn't you say that guy had raped somebody prior?
3 days prior.
So, like I said, 2 days prior.
He did it alone.
He did rape myself, but think about it.
Right, so
The difference with this rape and others, no. Listen, let me explain. The difference with those rapes and this one, he ambushed these women out of surprise. This one, he said he chased her down. That's unbelievable.
So what?
That's what he said.
I mean, I'm pretty fit. I'm 125 pounds, but I bet you the smallest man here could probably.
This having ass nigga can't chase this woman down who run for it. Come on, man.
He's a man. Let's be real.
No, stop. I know you think. I'm glad you think much of men, but we ain't superhumans. Like you just. Yeah, but he has to catch her first. The nigga is not physically fit. He wasn't. Like say he had surgery on his neck. He couldn't even move in an agile way because of his condition.
Where do you? I don't see. I'm trying to figure out where this dude was not healthy, and I'm not finding.
Yes, from his lawyer, Sir Richard Syracuse.
You don't think his lawyer's gonna lie to him?
I don't believe his lawyer.
You don't think his lawyer's gonna lie?
You don't believe his own?
You don't think his lawyer's
Yeah, I don't believe his lawyer. Yeah, lawyers lie. They
put at this point. Ain't shit I can tell you, bro. Ain't shit I can tell you. Okay. What are you talking about?
The lawyer said, let's find him for them. I don't believe
he had to represent the man, so he had to had to put the best defense forward, and he would use those points to help him out when he could.
Yeah, he took the strap to the neck and he has spinal bifida, fam. I don't.
No, it's not a no. That's what I said.
I'm not believe what I said. Narrative.
Of course, you don't believe. Why were we even talking when you was nothing I said?
I'm looking at the evidence.
No, you don't. No, you're not. You're not looking at the evidence. So since you are, all right. So since you're there, look at what I sent you. Look at this lawyer.
The New York City.
I understand that.
New York. I got you. I'm about to scour this website. New York City put a whole website dedicated to this case online with all of the excerpts and good goodies. And I better find everything you're saying in there.
I hope you. I bet you. Hold on. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I said that because I'm probably let me pull this website up. I'm pretty sure I looked at it too. They're not putting up the original shit, bro. That's what I'm saying. You're not gonna find the original fucking case online. Like it's almost like you really have to fucking call the courthouse to get the case because it's not online. So that's my whole point. So anything you look up,
you find the real stuff, but they ain't putting it online.
I'm not super fucking human, but I know that I can't find it. But if I'm lying, this would be easy to search. You can just post a fucking case and just put me the rest.
No. An 18-year-old man.
Stop. Oh yeah, I got you. First off, he was 18 or 17.
He was 8, whatever.
And it's funny you underestimate.
You
underestimate 30 boys saying these niggas raped them. You underestimate a whole bunch of witnesses saying you did this shit. That's funny.
Because she's a jogger that he couldn't take her down.
I'm saying his story didn't add up. No, he could have taken her down if he waited in ambush her, but according to his story, he chased her down. So it's different. He said, I got her like I got the other woman. She was coming my way. I waited in the bushes and jumped out and grabbed her. That would be believable. But you saying he was behind her and chased her down?
Why he didn't implicate the people that helped him?
Say again?
Why he didn't implicate the people that helped him?
What do you mean?
Why didn't he say, you know what, I had people with me. Maybe he didn't say my name, but why would you say he did it all by himself?
That's my point. Yeah. Also, I'm glad you asked that. But here's this. So the reason he said that because he wanted to get Corey Wise out of jail. Because Corey Wise was bullying him in jail. He was coming back to the same prison that he was in. If you look this up, you'll see the transcripts and everything. How Corey Wise had beef in prison before because Corey Wise was.
You're drawing that
you want to get the answer?
on your own. Hold on.
No, I'm not. Oh God.
Hold on. You got evidence that he wanted to get Corey Wise out of prison, and that's why you lied.
He wanted to get away from Corey Wise, and the best way to do it to not run into him again is to actually get him removed or Corey removed.
How you arrive at that conclusion?
I'm glad you asked, because I was actually about to answer that. There was beefing in prison. Corey Wise was bullying him. This was documented because he reported himself to witness protection several times, and there was no reason to put him in there. So when he came over to get Floyd, which I believe Corey Wise coerced him to, and he pretty much negotiated the shit, because both of them were kind of slow, to be honest. They both can read it right, and they have their issues. But Corey Wise was connected. Long story short, they collaborated with a way to basically get this done, and he came out and said he did it by himself. And he couldn't just say I did it with some of the other boys. He had to do it just by himself because he was already a serial rapist, known as serial rapist. The East Park rapist, East Side rapist is what he's known as. So it's the easiest for people to believe him. The problem is when you start putting the forensics, the evidence together, it didn't add up. So when you start telling the story, he got certain parts right and certain parts wrong. And the thing he got wrong was how she got hit. So he said he hit her with a stick, which there was no bloody stick found. He said, I think he described her clothes wrong. I mean, you can listen to it. His testimony is online too. It's like 2 hours long. It's terrible audio, but you can try to cipher through it. So yeah, his story didn't add up to what was wrong.
What facility were they at together?
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
So you said
I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember the name of it.
He was gonna go back to jail, so he exonerated the person he got beef with. He wouldn't honor in jail to not get beat up.
So his main goal was to be removed on that related cause. You know it does. Guys, think about it. If you're getting bullied and you want to get rid of somebody, two things. Hold on, listen. Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna free my bully.
Wait, so you get bullied.
That's your theory. Wait. That's your theory. I'm getting bullied, so I'm going to set my bully free.
Listen, Finley.
Would you like to listen
You get
while I was
bullied
actually
and
saying
lie, right? But then you can't get bullied by the police department and lie, right?
You can get bullied, but that didn't happen in this case. You definitely can. I'm not saying you couldn't.
In this case. So you
No,
make excuses.
I'm still waiting for y'all to get evidence today. Y'all keep saying that, but y'all ain't provide no evidence. I'm very curious when that's going to happen.
So 15
I'm still waiting for the evidence of that.
bullied by the police department.
Because I'm providing links to my shit. I'm waiting for y'all. I'm waiting for y'all to give me. I got you. I'm still waiting for you to give me evidence of the police starving these boys.
I want to know what facility they were at together.
Bro, at this point, it doesn't matter. Every time you do something, I give you something, it doesn't do. No, it does nothing, bro. Nothing I'm giving you so far. I want y'all to know something. Every fucking link I give and every argument I make, it never does anything for you. So I ain't doing shit for you at this point, bro. We good.
I gave the official link that the New York City put out.
I got you, but it doesn't matter.
Not a fanboy website from some.
Yes. Let me ask you something. On that website, you put. Oh, listen. On the website, you can pose. Does it have the original case on it?
Yeah.
It does. Okay, let's go to it.
Go. Actually, let me not lie to you. Let me.
You've been doing that a lot.
Lie to you. Okay. Yeah, I ain't lied to you one time, bro.
Yes, you have. You don't know this case. Now what you? When you do this, also provide the link for the coercion too. I want to see that link. Not claims of it, but actually showing coercion. Proof of that.
So, I'm gonna say this again. Your theory about exonerating your bully is wild. You don't exonerate your bully.
That's not what I was saying. Y'all cut me off. Nope. Hold on. Time out. That's not what I was saying. So let me get to what I was saying right before you cut me off.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Thank you. It's fact because it's also documented that he complained. So it's not exonerating your bully; it's getting away from him by any fucking means. So his goal was to try to get away from him. So if he was able to testify to another case or something that happened in prison, his goal was to get protection. And in the midst of this, God Jesus, so you just cut that off.
Free. Come on. So you want, and this is where the point there is.
Yeah, y'all ain't listening, bro.
This guy can do all of this to get away from a bully.
Come on, y'all jumping.
You don't think a 15-year-old would lie and admit something they didn't do to not go to prison? Come on, bro.
Come on, y'all jumping, man. One at a time. You can disagree.
But they just want to defend the shit. They don't know fuck about this story. They just like the idea that these boys are innocent and the big bad wolf picked on these fucking 5 little kids. Get the fuck out of here, man. Come on, bro.
That may, and then look,
but Free is not even willing to accept that, you know what? If I'm gonna
listen, I already admitted that it's possible. But then an argument.
Hold on a second, Free. You're not even willing to say, if you're gonna put this theory that this guy lied to get away from a bully, you're not even willing to admit that a 15-year-old or a 17-year-old would lie if they think they're not going to go to jail. If they think, let me just say this,
Jesus.
This so that I don't get... You're not even willing to accept that, though. But
first off,
accept it for this guy because he wanted to get away from the bully.
You're wrong as hell. I never said that. I know people can think they can get out of something, so they'll admit to something lesser to try to get out. I know that happens. But that ain't that ain't this and this ain't that. Because it's one thing for them to lie because a cop tell them to, but it's hard for other people to lie on them. Like I said, hey, did Kevin grab that girl titties? Who's Kevin? That's the first thing you say. Who the fuck is that? But no, it's like, the cop wasn't asking them involuntary names. They say this shit on their own. That's what I'm saying. The tapes are out there. Y'all don't want to look at this stuff. The tapes are out there for them to basically for you to examine to see why they said what they said, were they coerced, were they nervous, were they scared, was there any type of threats made? It's out there, bro. So cut it out. I understand that can happen, but this ain't that. And if it is, show it. Y'all keep asking me for my sources, I keep providing, but y'all ain't providing shit. Y'all just keep making claims. So this is my fucking show, where I keep showing you shit, but y'all ain't showing the goddamn thing. And I'm the one that's crazy over here. Fuck out of here. Get out of here with that nonsense, man.
I agree with you because we are still waiting for...
Waiting for what? For more links that you won't accept?
I have
That's what you're waiting for?
I've got a first
You want me to bring you to 615?
No. She said she fight with you. No. She talk about...
my bad.
My bad.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Shit. I should never have been here. Really funny. I'm sorry, man. Everybody so I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I will find everybody. Shit.
If we're gonna be, like I said, regarding the Central Park 5, if we're gonna be honest, there's a bunch of...
You should be low, man. I can't hear it all, bro. You should be low.
No, I'm just saying that, if we're looking at that case with the Central Park 5, there's a lot of culpability on the police department part. First of all, 1986 or 87, we're talking corrupt NYPD. We're talking the worst of the worst of NYPD in that era. New York was a terrible place in that time.
That's
Like,
a man.
I don't know if you know the location where this happened by the reservoir. That thing was a cesspool of fucking. It was a.
Hey, you guys that though. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to do that.
But
Just
even
saying.
like the police department conduct was not proper. I think they violated some of their own rules. I think changes were made after the case in order to protect people from the police, which is odd to say. So I think, listen, the credibility
Wasn't it
issue
Duncan
from
or not Duncan, whoever it was, the first set of governors, and then it was the other idiot, then it was Bloomberg who jumped in. It was three governors of New York that focused heavily on New York City, and then there was the mayor that acquiesced finally and just cracked the hammer down on shit.
Oh, you wasn't talking about.
no, but I'm just saying, it's just that the police department acted poorly. I think the investigation was poor. I think the way the press handled it, the way the DA handled it, the whole thing was botched. And I think the lady was victimized a second time by this bad fucking investigation. We never knew her name until a couple years ago. She revealed
She wanted to say, hey, that's what they do to protect her.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, there was a lot of misconduct from the police department.
No, that wasn't the reason. That was the phone, bro.
I believe even the DA got. Did she get disbarred or some crazy shit?
No.
She retired. I don't know. She had beef with somebody. Listen, it's very hard to say that these boys were. I don't think there's evidence that points that they were involved. I think everything is like, well, this guy couldn't have done it by himself. Therefore, some people were implicated. The Walkman thing doesn't really pan out to create the connection between Reyes and this other kid, and we do know that you can coerce teenagers from saying shit they don't know, they don't want to say. The fact that they couldn't tell you one story of where it happened, they didn't even. Not in unison, they couldn't say, oh, it happened at that location at that time, and she was dragged here. Everybody had their own fucking story.
Yeah, which is perfectly normal because once you beat up a bunch of fucking people, some of the details will probably be sketchy too. Yeah, I mean, she was the only person that beat up.
On top of that, it was the kind of behavior they were participating in. It is very possible that they were confusing beating up that guy for that guy, this lady for this lady.
Are you finished? Okay. Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate. All I wanted to say is, I just want to circle back around Secretary Taylor Green. I think once again that she met with them young ladies. There was some information exchanged that she did not like, and she got them out of Dodge. She said, "I'm out of here," and she was one of Trump's number ones. I just think there's something to be said about that. That's all I have.
Well, damn.
Let me provide a fresh take.
Wait.
Hey, Don, if I said you, sorry, Don.
It's all right. Not too much on me. I can't hear you.
I'm about to get a compliment. I think on here. Go ahead, what you got?
I was gonna say I've been listening for the last hour. I'm driving to fucking San Antonio.
Why? Why are you driving to freaking San Antonio?
Because I didn't want to fly after my experience the last time. So I was like, I'll just drive there, and then I got to go to Austin. But I mean, I'm sitting here listening to this, and I'm like, Free, man, way to hold your own on it. Hats off to you. I'm like, I have some questions about it, but I mean, at least you came with a receipt. I mean, you presented a strong case, like to show your side.
And what are you talking about?
Appreciate it, man. You're talking about
free. Yeah.
Appreciate it, brother.
And as far as like the Central Park 5, like people forget, like that was the start of 24-hour cycle news. Newscasters were using like massive sensationalism to like get a click on it and stay addicted. You had like shows like just coming out there, and you were at the peak of the crime wave. I think it was like 89, 88. It was like 2,200 murders at one point, and like the entire city was on edge. Like moms were coming out in droves asking for help in massive ways.
What city was
like So again, like when you have this kind of contention going on, yeah, I mean that was like the peak zenith of like where the citizens of New York, even the rich, were saying you need to get the city under control, and great job, great argument, great time period in America to look at, especially around New York City.
Let me get in there real quick. I wanted to add. I want people to think about this. I believe, right, that if the FBI ever took a fresh pair of eyes, good profiler, even their best, they can just take their a good right, and went back to the beginning and provided a profile, that there would be our answer, right? Answer or answers, right? But they never did that because it was driven by the NED. The FBI never provided a fucking profile. What's wrong with that? A lot. Quite a lot. These cops are not profilers. They're not trained in that way. And there are so many differences in what happened to that woman and the violence in what happened, right? That sets it apart from the other crimes that were happening even on that evening or during that time frame, right? That, yeah, we can say, oh, well, there was a rapist, right? But the crimes were different. It doesn't make sense because the profile's different. So I really believe the answer's in the profile, and they never did a fucking profile. That's all I got.
Yeah, I'm lost.
Good talk. Hey, look. I'll just say this one.
Go ahead, Ken.
If y'all finna say some shit, man, y'all be speaking on the goddamn topic, man. What the fuck is going on, man? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, free.
Tupac said they're lost.
I don't know how he getting high five for that, man. He bringing a bunch of fan fiction essentially to the conversation. You know, it's fan fiction. That's about as much credit I'm gonna give him. A bunch of fan fiction.
Okay, admit it.
Even when other people came on here and did their independent looks at this, they're like, "Man, that's not substantiated. That's not true. That's not true." So I don't know how.
Free, just so you know, if Brad agrees with you, you lost.
Well, what about him?
Oh,
You said
shit,
you
come
said
on,
you
man.
did too, actually. What about him? Does him count?
Are we?
Hey, you said you agreed earlier too.
Everything only co-signed. He only still made your argument about the Walkman. That was it.
No, but he later claimed, he said if he had to make a choice, he would believe that guilty at this point. That's what he said.
He didn't say. I don't remember him saying that.
He said something like,
I don't remember him saying that.
he said, okay.
I remember him substantiating the Walkman thing. Like, you're still manning your Walkman argument, but I don't remember him saying he would agree that they're guilty. I don't remember him saying that.
But
mark the tape that he said that Himothy agreed that they were guilty. Mark the tape.
Yeah, he said, I believe he said something to the effect that if he had to go off make a determination now, that some like the evidence is against him.
Mark the tape.
He said something to that effect. I could be wrong though. It's fine. Yeah, let's mark it. That's what I got for what he said. I should have been more clear then, so we can not have to revisit this.
Hey,
somebody I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's Brad.
Like, oh, Brad.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Free. I know we.
What's up, Kevin? I know your voice. What's up? What's going on? Hey, you should have been here. I didn't do it again. I seen you on 12 rounds.
I see.
Yeah.
That was you this whole time? Yeah. I thought it was someone else. It was me. What's up, brother? How you doing? I'm good. Long time no see, bro. Yeah. Good to see you. Okay. So, Free. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm like adept at this situation like you are. But like I think I do feel it's a lot to swallow. Them being willing to exonerate, or release, these kids, But I looked at this. This is from Saul Casson, right? Him. And these are some of the things that he said. So now. Go ahead. Who's this person? So, he did an op-ed from the New York Times, and it's false confession. It's titled "False Confessions in the Joggers Case." And I just want to. Oh, that sounds familiar. But go ahead. That title sounds familiar. But go ahead. Okay. And he's going to give some examples of the coercion that probably got them adjudicated. For example, Corey Wise said that the jogger's head injuries were the result of being punched. After talking, he said the injuries were caused by a rock. Moments later, the rock turned into bricks. Mr. Wise said he was with a friend named Al. Suddenly, Al vanished and was replaced by an Eddie. In addition, there were inconsistencies from one count to the next. Mr. Wise and Kerry Richardson were taken to the park and separately asked to point out the attack site, and they both pointed in different directions. There was also factual errors, and Antoine McCray said that the jogger wore blue shorts, and a t-shirt. She wore long black tights and a long sleeve jersey. Corey Wise said a jogger and her clothes were cut with a knife. There were no knife cuts. Kerry Richardson did not seem to know that the victim bled, but she bled profusely. On a side note, it's my understanding there was no blood, and I think you guys already brought this up. There was no blood or anything found on them that was from this woman. You and I, Free, had a conversation privately about this. I kind of thought it strange that because I listened to some. I'm not going to be able to listen to the whole, the interrogation, but some of the part I listened to, one thing that stuck out to me, and I brought this to your attention, was they asked one of the kids about the sexual act that they had with the woman, and he said that the woman opened her legs, right, and then the prosecutor. And I do feel that this was, I think you agree with me, that is a coercion, because, that doesn't sound good that the person that, opens her legs up to allow these boys to penetrate her, right? And so she changed it, and then he said, no, her legs were closed, or something along those lines. And then if we're talking about, because I think he said that he didn't do it, but he said it was another one of the boys, and I guess he was holding her breast, something like that. But the boy that did have sex with her didn't finish. He just, I guess, stuck it in a couple times and pulled out and walked off, which is weird to me. That he didn't finish. They couldn't find any kind of, semen on this woman at all that would have implicated the boy that was accused of having sex with this woman. Also, let's see here. Looking at, I'm going back finishing this article, so I'm gonna finish that. Looking at the accuracies rather than the errors might lead to the conclusion that the confessions were true. That is why the analysis requires a third step. A confession proves guilt if it contains details knowable only to a perpetrator. On camera, one hears question and not only I'm going to stop right there because I got to take this call. But I mean, it does sound like that they were coerced into admitting something probably really didn't do. Gotcha. I want you to come back. I know you got to take a call. Oh, okay, yeah. Go ahead. I mean, y'all still on this one? Free still getting his ass whooped? What's going on? Look, they jumping this nigga, man. I'm tired of this shit. Let's go ahead, So let me go ahead and rebuttal this. There was blood present, right? Didn't you say that nigga was a blood? Boom. There it go. So, you know what I'm saying? They ain't say what type of blood and shit like that. All we just needed was a blood present. 2, right? Just because niggas is lying in the New York era where it's lie till I fucking die, you know what I'm saying, don't mean that this shit didn't happen at the fucking site. That nigga said they knew that they could bust the case
by giving different information that are actually, you know, lure the detective into their, maniacal scheme. So these niggas actually probably did have it planned out to trick the case into a fucking bust. Number 3. Just because a nigga disabled don't mean that a nigga wasn't hungry that day. I understand. Yeah, they saying all these disabilities about a nigga and shit like that. But when a nigga horny, a nigga feet is not heavy. He ran after that pussy. You know what I'm saying? And he caught up with her because he was a thirsty ass nigga. And pussy will give a nigga extra vitality. Especially if he thinks she bad. And she finna give it to him right away. There we go, nigga. Y'all niggas ain't finna jump free. Fuck that.
Wait, so you just threw yourself on the altar of stupidity for this nigga?
Oh, y'all are funny. There's so much I can say on this case. Y'all don't address a lot of stuff I say. I guess I talk too many points at a time. We're gonna beat a lot of stuff into.
You figured it out.
Yeah.
Because
So,
instead of addressing the material, or
I think I addressed every point y'all made, bro.
no, you don't.
You said me? I don't address it. What point has it not having addressed it? Please don't.
You don't let anyone complete a thought before trying to.
Also, I was just talking. What the fuck?
And
Now it's not a case in point.
Come on up and we'll see. We'll have you read, brother. Let me keep going.
Start with cat off, a cat in a hat.
Anthony always does those
back in the classroom and my head down, just praying the teacher didn't call on me. I dropped out.
That's it. I mean, I can keep going. It's a book talk for someone who gave a memoir. Respectfully, people who are responding where they are clearly don't go to book talks and don't read memoirs.
It's because social media is like portraying it as like a majority black event. It's like a lot of Instagram and Twitter accounts are posting it like that.
I'm seeing it all over. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then like
If you watch the whole video, you'll see white people.
right, it's like all white people.
Right.
Look at Matt. Matt is so insane. Are you trolling so he can't read? Maybe that's a joke. I think he's joking.
No, he's pretty fucking dumb, so I don't think he's joking.
Nah, I think he's gotta be joking.
He's not. His girlfriend's his little sister, so he's definitely not joking. That was crazy.
Oh. But I'm gonna let you and Anthony have that conversation because remember you were looking for Anthony earlier, and Anthony, I promise I'm gonna film you. I am not. Gemini.
I wasn't. Gemini was looking for him.
Damn. Okay.
I thought it was Tiana. Tiandria that said that earlier.
It was Gemini. He said no. He didn't say that. He didn't send you that.
And you confused me for Mimi.
It was Mimi.
Oh, Mimi, my bad. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
All black women look alike.
Yeah, we're discovering that, especially from the black males.
You're so fucking Arab washed that you don't even listen to the shit that people are saying around you. They're goon.
Oh, he's only half Dominican.
Wait, madams, you're black?
Wait, does that mean you're not going to be friends with him anymore?
That's beside the point. Right.
Did you say that?
Don't listen to fucking Adams. Adam's an idiot.
Adam's not no idiot.
He's absolutely an idiot.
Adams is the man.
Don't you do that?
I mopped the floor. I mopped the floor with him on X, with all the Zio clowns before the Tucker Carlson shit. Before it was popular to mop the floor with Zionists. I was mopping the floor with
Listen, Cynic, I told you to pull the fuck up. You were in Santa Monica. You know what?
Bro, I'm right here, bro. What are you talking about? I'm in LA County right now. I'm in LA County right now.
Again, you're a punk.
I'm in LA County right now, man. I'm in LA County right now.
You're a punk.
I'm in LA County. You take it up the ass, doctor, and that's it. We all know that. We all know you take it up the ass. Yes.
Cynic, thank you very much.
You're a gay flam.
Traumatic stress disorder.
Why do you want him to be gay so bad, bitch?
Because he's an incel. He doesn't know what to do.
Let's do this. What's wrong with being an incel?
What's wrong is that it backs up into your brain and makes you crazy, like the guy you just heard.
And almost
He's schizophrenic. He'll sit in a room for hours on his own screaming the N-word.
Well,
I can do it.
I consider cynic.
Wait, did he really say the N-word? I've never heard him say the N-word.
Yeah.
Did he really say the N-word? But this man had a whole entire plan. As far as putting Christian girls into work camps. Like, this man is fucking weird.
I didn't hear him say that.
It's fucking weird.
I can't speak to
I
it.
consider him a good friend. I don't think he would say
I'm
something.
making sure, David. I'm doing damage control right now, David. Just for you.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I was gonna buy Cynic.
Can you move down? Oh my god.
I was gonna buy Cynic that North Face jacket, but if he's saying the N-word left and right, maybe I shouldn't.
Oh, David, because you've never been in the presence of people saying the N-word, right? You hang out with Diego, who's probably one of the most racist people in the fucking. What are you talking about?
What about Randy McDickerson?
Isn't Diego like facing federal charges? Like that's crazy. Rigging ATM machines, so wild. So wild. Goo, I definitely would not use a flex. Definitely would not use that as a flex.
What's the flex? What are you talking about?
Diego facing federal charges for fucking doing the shit he did.
Hangs out with people like him.
Where's Randy McDickerson? I'm trying to
Probably taking dicks.
No, he has a girlfriend.
Yo.
So what?
I can vouch for Cynic. I can
So what?
bring him back.
What's his name?
McDickerson is his name.
He's Illumi Mikhail. Bring out
his girlfriend.
Make sure you add Mr. Small Dick Cock. That guy.
His girlfriend his name. Her name is Bonsoir.
Wait. So
Say bonjour.
let's let this guy back up. Nobody interrupt him. Let him at least respond to what you guys are saying about him.
Thank you, Todd.
I didn't say shit about him. So
Hey, Grim, I'll drop you.
I just want to know. I just want the loser to come up with a chest and say, "I dropped you." I just want that guy to tip. That's it.
Well, I think the doctor.
I didn't drop you. I dropped you 3 times.
I thought it was Dr. Adams.
That's a block.
So Nick actually dropped you. Call Nick a loser and see what the fuck happens.
You're blocked. It's game over. It's already. You're blocked. It's over.
Call Nick a loser and see what happens.
You're blocked.
Your name.
Monkey.
Your name is his number.
Whoa. Okay, hold on.
Sorry, my finger slipped. He's removed from the room. Tell him to cry more in the hall.
Right after I said I never heard him say the N-word, now he just says the N-word.
Alright, who's next? David?
Right, go. That's a dirty company that you keep
Go follow your boyfriend out the hall. Bye, Goo. Go follow your lover out the hall. Go, bye.
No, listen, we needed to break them up. You can sit in here. He's probably traumatized.
Monica, please don't insult gay people by implying.
I don't know why that's so shocking.
Normal. I'm definitely not offended. Okay, Goo holds Mikhail's pocket.
But
a dirty inmate.
But Goo is
right. So again, Goo is not gay.
Adams, I just think it's hypocritical.
No, I think it's hypocritical that you actually talk to a man that talks about raping young Christian underage girls. Like, what the fuck, Goo? Like, what the fuck?
People say shit on this app for shock value. You
that's what I
want to talk about? Hold on,
response.
Nick. Hold on. You guys want to talk about the company you keep? You guys fucking hang around Pepe. Like, this guy really views blacks as subhuman. Like, literally, he believes that. Like, come on, guys.
Who hangs around Pepe?
Wait, I know you're not saying it's okay to talk about wanting to rape little girls.
I never said it was okay.
100% saying that.
Pepe doesn't hang out here. If he does, he comes here to hang out. But we don't hang out with him. He can try to hang out here, but we don't hang out with him. Yeah, Pepe. So, yeah, there you go. Nothing to say about that, do you?
Ooh, he got you. You need some aloe for that burger.
Look how simple that was. He like, shut the fuck up real quick.
Whoa, don't say that to me.
Yeah.
Now do Edie, Sean.
That was a lot.
Okay, now is everyone chill?
I don't know. How are y'all feeling? But
I'm feeling great. USA, our team is they're at the strip club, I'm sure, right now, and tomorrow they'll be in DC.
David, what is it that you drink so much that gets you plastered? Like
alcohol, too.
I know, but what do you drink? Liquor? Is it like beer? You get beer drunk?
I don't drink beer.
Oh, you're above it, right?
That's a great question. That's like the best question you've asked.
He's got a
like
big
last
old
week.
bag
You get wine drunk like a 37-year-old fucking white woman? What is?
No, I only drink wine when I'm at dinner.
He's got a big
David,
old bag.
what were you drinking yesterday? David, what were you drinking yesterday?
You're gonna get like
Saturday.
cirrhosis of the liver,
what were you drinking? I think it's really funny when people are called out for drinking, because, I used to be that person. I'm not doing it anymore, but I think it's kind of funny when you don't want to actually say it. It's the same with Brock. I mean, David, what were you drinking?
Well, Brock is a whole new level.
No, but David,
I know.
You were slurring
It turns
your
into a whole
words
other person.
He couldn't even get out a full sentence the other night.
That's not true.
He was so fucked up.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Oh my God, David, you should not drink and be on Clubhouse. Don't drink and drive, please. Don't ever do that.
Well, I can't even get out of my car again. So.
Yeah, David, it's really a bad look for you. I mean, I was like, well, holy fuck, what David is this?
Look how Normo abandoned you. Bro, what the heck?
Well, I don't think Normo came in this room because of me.
You sure about that?
You're the problem, David.
You know what? Why don't you tell the room what El Normo...
You're the common denominator.
Tell us what
my therapist said
Tell us what El Normo did to you in public.
I'm not going to answer that.
Very, very disrespectful.
David, what is it? What's your poison?
We had a great lunch.
I love the fact that you can't answer a simple question.
Norm didn't do anything wrong.
Crazy. So it's not alcohol then? What drug is it then?
I don't think drugs. I don't think drugs.
Okay, Sean.
Sean, I thought we were friends.
Why is Goo torturing you about your dinner or your lunch with Norm?
I'm not going to answer that.
So you met Norm. Y'all had a good lunch. Did you whip out your laptop like you did for Randy McDickerson? No, you carried that in your
No laptop.
And then I'm trying to think what would be the worst thing Norm could do to me. He could make me pay for lunch. Did he make you pay for lunch?
He said he didn't want to discuss it.
Yeah, no. If a goo wants to say it, he can come and say it, but I'm not going to say it.
Oh, fair enough.
Until then, you're detained.
Rumar. Hello. The dragon. Okay, Rumar. Dragon, what's your poison?
What is my poison?
I just get high. I don't do alcohol.
But you said you said you went to the you go to the
My guy.
You know, guys, you know the.
Yo, what is this? No, I'm just kidding. Hey, y'all take point in your throat.
Okay, you want to know my poison, right?
Yes, yes.
All right. Do you know that the human being brain, the core of the human being brain is drugs? When you need it, it will be high as
Your audio quality is really bad, man.
Yeah.
I think he's on a Motorola. I don't know. Dragon, I really want to hear what you're trying to say, but you are coming in super crusty, my friend.
Yeah, it's like worse than Android.
It is. I mean, I'm on one. I mean, I think I sound all right. It's the best ever.
Hey, do you have a Samsung or a Pixel?
Oh, do you ask me?
It's a Microsoft. It's a Windows.
Alright, can we have a topic?
Yes, Monica, set one, please.
How about Mexico? Monica, what do we know about Mexico at this point?
It's falling apart.
I'm curious. I would like to know what's going on with Mexico.
The people are running for their lives.
Well, that's obvious. But, like, do we have any more detail of what's going on?
They're looting the department store.
What's the latest?
The tourists are on the roof.
I think it's fascinating that the general news media isn't saying anything. Is it including us in what happened in Mexico? Like, yeah, it's interesting.
They are.
Did we have something to do with it?
Yeah.
Who's okay? What do you know?
No, it's not anything very special. It's just I got the grid paper out. I set up the line, like where everything is lined up.
Why can't you not? Hey, what the fuck am I trying to say? Why can't you? What the fuck am I trying to say? Jesus Christ, I can't think today. I have a migraine. Aurora, you're just wonderful. You're just a wonderful, hot, beautiful, sexy, smart woman that builds and designs houses. And I just want to fuck you, Aurora. Can we do that?
You are too cute.
What's wrong with you?
I am now, Aurora. Something just.
I really came over here. No, I had hope.
Your body warns you before kidney failure. Here are the 3 signs most people miss. As a nephrologist, I see these every single day.
1 year ago, as President Trump assumed office, he pledged to the American people that his administration would confront our nation's greatest challenges head-on, and enacting his America First agenda focused on keeping America safe, secure, and free. As Director of National Intelligence, we have been and will continue to be focused on that mandate, ensuring the security of our nation and protecting the constitutional rights and civil liberties every American is guaranteed. And President Trump has already taken historic action immediately to secure our borders in record time and designated several cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, a move that has empowered our National Counterterrorism Center here at ODNI to deploy over 2 decades of counterterrorism expertise towards detecting and deterring cartels and gangs like never before. In just 1 year, this designation by President Trump prevented more than 10,000 individuals with direct ties to narco-terrorism from accessing our country. We work very closely with our partners at the federal, state, and local level. We've assisted them in the apprehensions of several cartel terrorists, including a Sinaloa cartel boss known as El Pato, who allegedly led a vast network of drug trafficking, extortion, kidnapping, and murder. Another example is a CJNG-affiliated baby trafficker called La Diabla, who preyed on vulnerable pregnant women in Mexico, lured them to remote areas, cut out their babies, harvested their organs, and sold these newborn babies. These are just a few examples. Of the progress that's been made toward ending the gang and cartel violence that's plagued the American people and put our lives at risk for far too long. As we focus on external threats, we also recognize that there are still insider threats coming from deep state actors who have politicized and weaponized our institutions and our intelligence against the very citizens that they are charged to serve and protect. Now, thanks to President Trump's leadership and his day one executive orders, we've been focused on transparency and accountability. First, declassifying over 500,000 government documents against the in a single year. We exposed the Russia collusion hoax, this fabricated so-called intelligence engineered by the Obama administration to orchestrate what was essentially a coup, using lawfare, manufactured investigations and impeachments and harassment, subverting the will of the American people in the deep state's attempt to delegitimize the president and the American people who elected him. Now, there's so much more work to be done. The American people deserve the truth, accountability, and justice from our government. The integrity of our democratic republic depends on. President Trump vowed to eradicate waste, fraud, and abuse throughout the government, respecting your hard-earned taxpayer dollars. At ODNI, we enacted historic change. We streamlined our workforce by 40%, shut down unnecessary facilities and contracts, saving taxpayers. Vowed to eradicate. There's more than $700 million per year. We are continuing this work, building a team and an organization that is laser focused on national security, intelligence integration, and oversight. We've made a lot of progress, but there is a lot more work to be done. So every day, our time, our energy and our work remains focused on our mission and our mandate, the safety, security, and freedom of the American people.
I asked my husband, when did you get so big? His confidence hits different with Rouge Yet Ready. It dissolves under his...
And our mandate.
Well, that's not true.
Yeah. So, yeah. But
Like
I'm saying,
if the law was white people can just shoot black people with no penalties, we wouldn't say like, well, you know, we can't talk about murder because the law allows it.
Was it Alex Brady was a white man. Murder is used as a nurse in this tax. That's all I'm saying.
You said away, Marshall. What you
All I'm saying is when we say murder, maybe there's something colloquially meant by it, that it is usually attached, when you look it up, to a legal definition. That's all I mean.
I don't know what you mean, but I think usually when people use the word murder, they don't mean the legal definition. They mean, was it a justified killing in the moral sense?
Pretty cut and dry.
Oh, yeah,
That's what I think most people.
I thought you meant the exact opposite. No, I think the shooting of Renee Good was moral, nor do I think the shooting of Alex criminal.
So I was able to find some figures that were independent of the government. AP had done some research, and the 3,000 figure reported, and they were able to verify 335 by name.
We're not fearful. What we
The
are
35?
doing is a SWOT analysis.
Yeah, that they identified.
Okay, so a little bit less than 4,000 is a little bit more than 30 or 80. What I said.
Well, I mean, that doesn't mean that there were more arrested. These were the ones that they were able to confirm by name from public records.
So we're like, is this like a metaphorical like middle ground that we're meeting?
Yeah. Well, hold on, MJ. I don't know if you heard what our good friend Baseline said, but he literally said, he said somebody mathed the math and did their own little investigation, I guess, and concluded that ICE, I don't know what the span is that they're covering here, but that 80 people that have been arrested were actually illegals.
I don't understand why you're giggling at that.
No, because I just.
But that's not like he was saying out of all the illegal people that were arrested, 80 were criminals.
No.
I don't understand why. No. She's right. I don't understand why you're giggling.
No, because I pressed you on that. I said, is it just the illegal, or you're saying without the? Because they said.
When I said violent, yeah. Because that was the whole point, right? Like the drug traffickers.
But baseline. I separated the two because you said.
Well, you do.
They were either found. No, but you said illegal.
Okay.
Or illegal or violent criminals, and I said, well, if you're saying or, then are you saying that some of the people, or you're saying that it still would be the same number if it was just under the category of?
Oh no, you're trying to give me a gotcha.
No, it's not gotcha. Look, bro. First of all, why do you think that would be the only? Why would that matter? Like, is it just given the rhetoric of, hey, we're getting rid of violent criminals? Is that the idea? Or are you trying to go after the idea that people that are illegal shouldn't be deported? I don't understand. What is your point by saying that? Are you just trying to counter his?
Gentlemen, Bruce Lee taking aim.
Hold steady for me, please. Hey, look, we're gonna get.
Hold on, just a second. She's all right. Let's give her a hand, everyone. Gentlemen, Bruce Lee taking aim.
Hold steady for me, please.
Correct. These would be the individuals that we would want to deport, which would be 80, correct? And then you're telling me about, from what I wouldn't, from about 4.
No, we wanted to deport all people that are illegal.
Non-violent criminal offenders, funny enough, would be the individuals that, weirdly enough, Trump is like pardoning to continue to work on his locations, or the farmers located all across America still have illegal immigrants, but they're not violent, still picking their crops and running their farms because of the uses of the tariffs. And then these farmers are not making enough money and they're not making enough things. Does that make sense? So yes, I agree with you that there is a difference between the violent illegal immigrant and then the non-violent illegal immigrant that is literally the backbone of this fucking country that is keeping the surplus of farming and food for people. Yeah.
So
do you not understand the hypocrisy of a president that's saying, let's get rid of the illegal immigrants while I still employ illegal immigrants at things that I own? Like, what are you talking about? Like, maids and nurses and cleaners and gardeners that are illegal immigrants at Mar-a-Lago or whatever properties they're good. Because he even rescinded the fact that, those people can still work for me. They're good. I'll give them a pardon. They can still come work for me. It's all right as long as they work for me. But the rest can get the fuck out.
Wait.
No, come on, dude.
Because I just this is relatively brief. And here's, I think, the thing most Americans are saying that are in the normal realm. Just so you're aware, this is 8 United States Code, Section 1325, improper entry by an alien. improper time, place, avoidance of examination or inspection, misrepresentation, or concealment of facts. Any alien, I'm reading federal code, I'm not putting the words into it.
Which is different from asylum, but continue.
Yes, because we're talking about undocumented immigrants. We're not talking about the
Who don't pay taxes. Continue.
I didn't say that, and I live right next to the U.S.-Mexico border, so please don't assume. All I was going to do was read this. Any alien who, 1, enters or attempts to enter the United States at any time, place other than designated by immigration officers, or 2, eludes examination or inspection of immigration officers, or 3, attempts to enter or obtains entry into the United States by willfully false or misleading representation or willful concealment of a material fact, shall, for the first commission under any such offense, be fined under Title 18 or imprisoned more than 6 months, or both. For a subsequent commission of any such offense, be fined under Title 18 or imprisoned not more than 2 years. Improper place, and that's the criminal penalty. We typically in the United States prosecute under B, improper time or place, civil penalty. Any alien who is apprehended while entering or attempting to enter the United States at a time designated by immigration officers shall be subject to the penalty of at least a $50, not more than a $250 for each such attempt.
I'm aware of this.
Now, what? Oh, I didn't realize you were aware. I just thought it.
Yeah, what I'm trying, I guess, like, why are we, if we're coming to, like, similar understandings of the problem, why are we having, like, a discord about it?
Maybe walking past each other. That's totally possible. I might have been talking past you, and you might have been talking past me. I'm sorry.
Like, we just no. I don't mean it in a mean way, but like it seems like everybody's frustrated about what's going on. So like,
no. I didn't mean to misunderstand what you were saying. That's all. I should have paid a little bit more attention. That's my.
No. It's not. I didn't mean to. If I said I didn't mean to offend anybody or like say anything wrong. It just seems like a lot of these individuals on this platform have a similar understanding. And I don't understand
why is every interaction with you so fucking strange?
Why are we attacking each other?
So I was able to find some more stats on percentages and numbers that were criminally violent. So the Star Tribune had examined publicly released worst of the worst list from that the DHS publicly posted, and found that 80% of those listed had felony convictions.
That existed in the Middle East, for example.
Where is what existing?
This, America comes in, destroys a bunch of buildings, changes regimes, and then, there's this like, there's what you just described, that increases next generation and this.
Yeah.
Where does that exist?
Iran. Which is why Witkoff is.
Iran, it hasn't happened. It's hypothetical at this point, but I'm saying, where else is, because America's done a lot of invasions, right? Israel's done a lot of, look at Syria, there's like 248 military installations, took out 72 hours. That's pretty like serious stuff.
Yeah, because in order to reverse that, you need infrastructure.
Yeah, but I'm saying, where have you seen, like, you're saying this thing like it's kind of like a hope, right? That like,
No, it's not a hope. It's just a natural trajectory of martyrs being created.
I'm asking for an example of that in the Muslim.
Yeah, it's example of what exactly? What I'm explaining to you is that when these individuals get killed by Israel or the US or the West generally, it creates martyrs. They become martyrs. They become symbols, right? So what that does is it radicalizes everyone just 1 inch towards. So the people who were kind of completely politically quiet, they'll either go to the other side, they'll lose all hope, or they'll inch forward. The ones who are already politically active, they become more radicalized. The ones who are radicalized, they become more committed and organized. That's just the trajectory of any kind of, tragic, martyrdom. The martyrdom story is very much a kind of a core theme within Shia Islam. So So what happens is you will get setbacks. You will get these massive.
Shia Islam. Okay, fine. Shia. You're saying
Yeah,
Shia is different than Sunni.
Yeah, but Sunnis are also, many Sunnis are also Khomeinists, but they don't have the infrastructure through which they can voice their anger and concern. Now, another thing that you have to be aware of is that over the next few decades, traditionalist Sunnism will have as its framework collapsed because of things like critical history and things that you don't really need to worry about. So what people will realize is that okay, the only way to kind of like strengthen the ummah is to galvanize around a nucratic political leader. So there's only going to be a few more decades of Sunnis just accepting their puppet leaders. And so there will be an increase, a trajectory towards supporting one leader, even though that person may be a Shia, because it's more beneficial to support that leader than to just be quiet politically. Similar, like we saw evidence of that with the Islamic awakening across, the Arab Spring of 2011, 2012. That was just like, that was a major threat to some of Israel's satellite states. And of course, things got reversed. But these are all just...
Who are Israel's satellite states?
Pretty much every Muslim majority country in the Middle East except Iran.
They're Israel's satellite states?
Yeah.
Okay, not American satellite states.
I mean, it's the same thing.
No, it's not. Those are two different countries.
Okay. Yeah, they are two different nation states, but they serve the same project. Do you really think that the US is materially different to Israel when it comes to its geopolitical objectives?
No,
like, yeah, they'll have some like disagreements about how things get done.
There's a subservience.
Yeah,
because America is a world power.
Yeah.
Israel's not. So
yeah, but Israel can change. Israel manipulates American foreign policy.
I think America may give the impression to not take accountability, but I don't think Israel has any ability to manipulate America or anything. I think everything American has done is used. In fact, they've manipulated Israel, to be in particular positions, make put certain people in power, like Netanyahu, for example, is he himself is an American project. You know what I mean? Meaning that like whatever they want the Israelis to do, they do it. Even if it's look at the Gaza war. I mean, Israel could have conceivably ended that whole issue in 48 hours. Using Mike Huckabee words.
Yeah, I think a lot of American citizens who are kind of like politically astute would strongly disagree. I think they would agree that Israel has extremely overwhelmingly strong influence in America, especially through AIPAC. But I don't know if that's going to be something that I can convince you.
Have you looked into AIPAC, Black? Have you looked into AIPAC at all? Have you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so like, what conclusions do you draw from that?
I mean, they're definitely a very strong lobbyist organization for a very small country, and that small country plays a strategic role with American influence and now dominance in the region. But they're America's a full body, right? And so they're it's like a finger, right?
So the way that I see it is that AIPAC comes in, they influence all these politicians, they pay them off, and they get them to support a foreign policy that aligns with Israel's goals in the region. How would you dispute that? Based on the past 25 years of foreign intervention that America has been doing.
Well, look at it like the last 50, 60 years, right? Like the mid 60s type of a thing. I just think if America doesn't have dominance in this region, America's out of business. If American currency isn't,
I mean, I think you're partially right. They're a bit of because there's a bit of like advantages for America in that region.
Not a bit.
But I would say initially yes, but now it's become a huge issue. Wouldn't you agree? Like Iraq is a complete disaster. No, don't you think these war on terror was all bullshit? It's like all it's done is inflate the dollar.
They were great. I mean, we had to get rid of Saddam. Like, we had to destabilize Iraq.
Why would you? So like every like political pundit, everybody in like the mainstream media nowadays are saying the same thing, that Iraq was a huge mistake. Why would you say it's not a mistake?
Would you want Saddam? Would you want Saddam's regime to be in power for another 30 years?
Who gives a shit? What does that have to do with America?
Okay,
what are you talking about?